No, I didn't just learn about this right now. That's why I actually wrote it in the book that I published a couple years ago. You know, the one that teaches women how to get ahead financially, how to actually start winning with money without all of the bullshit that's been drilled into us from the time that we were children. And one of the first places I learned about this was in fashion school. Yes, I went to fashion school. I even went to wedding planning school, but that's a story for another day. And I'm not trying to get sued here, so I'm not going to name any names, but I remember one of my professors specifically telling me that she worked for a big name, and basically they used the same production line as Walmart and then just slapped their label on it. But what really opened my eyes to how crazy this is when I worked in product development for a major retailer. And this is why 99% of the time I am buying the no name brand, because I know they use the exact same manufacturer. And when you buy the brand name, you're not paying for quality, you are paying for marketing, because in so many instances, they are the exact same product. I worked in OTC drugs for some time, so over-the-counter drugs, and I will always buy the generic version because there's a lot of red tape that goes on for them to be able to make the claims on the bottle that the drug actually does what it says it does. And now what companies who produce the no-name or off-label brands will do is they will go to the manufacturers that make these big brands and they'll ask them what their production limit is. So if they say, well, my production limit is 1,000 units, but I'm only making 800 for big brand A, I can still make 200 more units without increasing my cost. I can sell those units to you for less and just put your label on it. I had another professor when I was in business school, and he was talking about how this company he worked for, they had a 100% money back guarantee. They didn't want everybody coming back and asking for a refund. So what they actually did was make the instructions so hard to follow, so small you could barely read them, so that people wouldn't go through the hassle of actually returning the product. So while yes, they did have a 100% money back guarantee, they made it fucking difficult for you to get it. It's the same kind of slimy, scammy kind of shit that the luxury brands are doing when they try to make you feel like the quality is better because it's made in France, but really it's actually made in China, shipped to France, and they just add like a zipper and a strap and then change the made in label. Now I know all of this because I have this life experience, but that doesn't make me better than somebody that didn't have that life experience. Like if you went to school to become a nurse, I'm sure that your teachers weren't talking about Walmart's production lines. I'm sure that you never created products, negotiated with vendors, negotiated with manufacturers. Because I had this life experience and somebody else didn't, does that make me better than them? No, because I'm lucky to know this, and that's why I use my platform to let other people know as well, instead of trying to shame people who don't.